So as people are coming in, I'm gonna say at the beginning, thank you, Olivia. We have our beautiful Olivia who is helping me out today, letting people in. So just stay on mute until after. And yeah, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat and communicate there. And then at the end, I will have a Q&A, question and answer time. So feel free to, if you have questions come up, you can write them down, and then at the end, you'll be able to ask. And I do hear, okay, I think I see it.
I was going to say I hear some feedback while you were talking, so I'm
Okay,
looking to see.
I think I found it.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're not speaking, which you won't be until the end, if you have a question, just stay on mute until then. Also, I think I'm going to go ahead, since we have so many people, I'll just go ahead and pin my video. So I do want to say, just for housekeeping before we jump in, and yeah, it is one. This will be streaming. It's live streaming on Facebook, on my Facebook page, which is Waxéla Sananda, not my personal page. It is my, my business page. So if you have both, make sure you look at the business page. If for some reason you get booted out accidentally, and once we start the meditation, we won't be letting people in, because I really want to just protect the space and have it quiet for the meditation. Also, I hear someone, if you can mute yourself, if you're accidentally coming unmuted, just go ahead and mute. And so, yeah, if you get booted out and the room is full, then go to Facebook. You can still catch it there because it's live streaming there. And normally, you're probably used to me having a larger room. I usually up my limit to 300 or 500. It used to be 500 when you can buy the add-on, and that was not available this time. You know, Zoom's always changing things. So in order to get the larger room capacity, I had to get a business plan, which is literally 20 times what I'm paying for my personal plan. So it's just not, I'm not going to do that for a meditation, but that's why I'm live streaming, and you can find it there in case anything happens. Very good chance we're going to get over the 100 or get to the 100. We're at 84 already. So thank you all. Thank you all so much for being here. I will just jump right in so that I can kind of keep us on time today, which is funny because today is the Mayan day out of time. And also, just so you know, I'm recovering from a little bit of a like a respiratory thing. My voice is a little bit labored, but I'm here with you. I was just in Iowa and visiting my family, and the wildfires from Canada, the smoke was coming through, and that might be like what caused it. So I flew back, and then I have this respiratory thing. So my voice is just recovering, and it's a little bit challenging to talk, but I'm going to make it through this time with you. And I'm so excited to be here with you today. I know it's been a long time since I've done this. I did take some time off to do other things, and I'm so excited to jump in and do this more regularly. And something you might notice around me today is, if you look in my background, there's not one or two, but 6 ALKYWAN spheres, 6 photon spheres behind me. And the reason for that is because the founder of Alki One, Stepan, who lives in Czech Republic, he invited me to create what is called a photon chamber. There's already one in Sweden, and we're doing that here now. Normally, they will not be here in this room. Normally, they will be in a public room, well, a room that you can visit and have this experience of being surrounded by these incredible ALKYWAN spheres. And in that experience, a person also, let me just say, being in a room, I actually have 7 with me because I have my personal one up here on my desk. So I have 7 spheres, and it's a lot of energy. The first 2 nights, that I had them here in the house. I just arrived home on Friday. The first 2 nights, I couldn't sleep. I was awake almost the entire, I was tossing and turning like, what is going on? And then I moved them to the farthest room. They weren't in this bedroom. They weren't in my bedroom. They were in a different room of the house, but still it was too much energy for me to be able to sleep. So now I've moved them to the farthest room from where I sleep, and I did much better the last couple of nights since I did that. But I'm telling you, it's a lot of energy. And so this is a whole experience called the photon chamber that we're setting up, where the normal way that it will be is that one person will sit or lie in the center of the room, and the Alki One spheres will be around them in a configuration, all 6 of them. We have 3 masters and 3 of the 4.7 inch, and you'll just have this beautiful, blissful experience of lying with the energy, being with the energy. We'll make it 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever amount of time feels right. It's going to be a free experience. We won't charge for it. And the way I'm going to begin is in Sarasota. I'm going to begin going around to various art centers as an art installation for temporary, kind of like a temporary exhibit where you actually get to experience being with the spheres, and then also wellness centers. So be on the lookout for that if you're in Sarasota. Also, one of the other cool things we're doing is we are going to be selling this experience as a package, in that you can, if you have a center, if you have a wellness center or a space where you want to provide this, we'll create a package where you can get 6 spheres to have in your center, and we'll work with you to make that that price something that's something you can afford, and help so many people with this energy, because it really is a powerful technology, as many of you have experienced already. Now, I can't see everyone all at the same time, but I love to see in the chat, do you either have an Alki One sphere yourself, or have you experienced that energy? If so, write yes, or just Y for yes. Or if not, you can write no. If this is your very first time, you can put an N or no. Okay, I see a lot of no's. I see some yeses.
I'm gonna buy an Alki One soon. You know me.
Okay, thank you. Yep, we're going to stay muted until the end, then we can do Q&A. And so, yeah, right now, just yes or no. And I'm seeing a big group of yeses and a big group of no's, which is great. I'm so glad that some of you are experiencing this for the first time. And so something before I start that I want to share that's so special about today. Today is July 25th, the day we're doing this. This will be sent out as a recording, but July 25th, in the Mayan calendar, the Mayans have a galactic calendar, is called the Day Out of Time. And so the day out of time is actually the day between the end of the year. There are 364 days in the Mayan calendar, 13 moons, 28-day cycles, which is much more scientifically accurate than the calendar we use now. However, there's this day out of time, and that is today. It is the day between the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. And so we have this magical day. And I was going down a rabbit hole today, looking at all of the different meanings. What is the day out of time? I'm very connected to Mayan culture. I've spent a lot of time in the Yucatan. My name is Mayan. My soul heritage is Mayan. So I have a lot of connection, but I don't closely follow the Mayan calendar, even though I find it fascinating. So I do want to share a few things about the day out of time. The day out of time is known as a day, and this is always on July 25th every year, but it's a day where the veils between the seen and unseen are thinner. The veil between the 3D world and the 5D world is thinner. Your ability to create and manifest with your intentions is amplified today. What a perfect day to do an ALKYWAN meditation, right? And when I picked this day, originally I had no conscious awareness. I just picked a day on my calendar that seemed like the right one, that I didn't have something else conflicting, and it happened to be the day out of time and the day in between. It's also a day of fun and play, and a day, this is really important too, where you cleanse yourself of the past and you step into the energy of your future for the next year. The Mayan New Year starts tomorrow. So today is a cleansing of all that's gone before and a restart for the next phase of your journey and of your life. And it's also, I love this saying, it's known as time as art, or time is art. So today, instead of time, it's a day out of time. It's a day where we experience life as art, or life as the experience of creativity. Let's create our lives rather than being at the effect of everything that happens to us, right? So that's a very special aspect of today. So also today is a 777 portal day. And what that means is, if you break down the numerology of 7/25/2023, you get, obviously the 7th month is a 7, 25 reduces in numerology to a 7, and the year 2023 is a 7. We get a 777 portal. Interestingly too, I'm surrounded by not 6, but 7 spheres that we'll be meditating with today. And some of the other meanings of right now, it's a galactic activation portal time that we're in. And also, excuse me, I'm going to take a drink, keep my voice clear. The ALKYWAN, the technology itself came to us, came to Stepan through the 7th dimension, through the angelic realm, and it is an Arcturian technology from the angels from 7th dimension on this 777 portal activation day. So it's a super auspicious day for us to do this. And I'm just setting you up here to get present to your intentions for clearing the past and stepping into the new. What are you bringing with you? What frequency, what new experience of life are you bringing with you into this new year, this galactic Mayan New Year? And what are you letting go of? So just have that in your heart and your mind. It's also a heart opening day, day of love, and not just day, but this portal time, which is a 13-day period, a day of the heart, which is perfect for this because it's such a heart-based technology as well. And so there is more that I want to share with you about that, but I am going to wait until the end. I'm going to show you some slides and share my screen with you that has some amazing results that are showing what just 20 minutes of being with an ALKYWAN sphere can do for you, the blood. And this is taken under microscopic blood tests, so that they looked at the blood before and after and got these amazing visual results where they can actually see the difference it makes. It makes an incredible physical difference. We already know it affects the biofield. It changes and upgrades the energy that you are in and around and that you carry. And so it's such a special thing to experience and share. And with no further ado, I want to jump in. At the end, as I said earlier, we will be able to have time for Q&A. I will stay on and answer your questions. So if anything's coming up as I'm speaking, go ahead and write it down. There'll also be a chance, if you have a profound experience or just something you want to share about your experience with ALKYWAN, you can share that after the meditation. And so again, too, our room is full. And so if you do get accidentally, if you lose power or you lose internet connection and you lose access to the room during this meditation, go ahead and go to my Facebook page, Waxéla Sananda, and it is live streaming there right now. And you can join in there in case you lose access to the room. So with that, let's go ahead and start to prepare to go into meditation together. And now in the past, I have had the camera on one ALKYWAN sphere and allowed you to either you can look at the ALKYWAN sphere or you can close your eyes. In this case, I really think that it's easier to go deep when you close your eyes, but that's completely your choice. So just know I'm going to keep the camera just the way it is. I'll be here, but around me, you can focus on any one of these spheres, or even better, you can close your eyes and tune in and feel your inner connection. You don't need to look at it. You know what they look like at this point. So that energy is with you. It's surrounding you. And many of you have brought your spheres here. So we are connected in this global web of ALKYWAN energy. So just know that it is all around you. You don't have to have your eyes open. You don't have to be looking at it to get the same deep effect. So that's completely your choice. Okay, so with that, I invite you to close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath as you move within yourself, deepening the breath into the belly. And as you're breathing, feel yourself, just feel whatever it is that you're feeling in your body. As you're breathing, notice that breath, the breath of life, the breath of art and creativity filling you. And with every inhale, relaxation. And on the exhale, let go of any tension that you're holding in your body, relaxing and tuning in with every breath, deepening your presence. And as you're tuning in here, feel your heart center. And you can imagine that your heart center is a sphere of energy. And that this sphere of energy is connected to the ALKYWAN sphere of light, photon light. And just feel that sphere expanding out around your body, expanding out in a safe, comfortable place, getting to expand in a way that you don't always feel able to expand in your day-to-day life. This is your day out of time, your day of clearing and expansion. So just let yourself enjoy, opening to receive this energy and expanding to the point that feels perfect for you in this space. And in this expansion, bring your energy from the center of your heart up through the crown of your head, continuing up, making contact with the galactic central sun, making contact with great central sun, and find yourself in the center, this beautiful sphere of light, making contact with the heart of central sun and feeling the nurturing, supportive source energy, the information field that contains all that is created, all awareness and consciousness existing here. And then feel yourself expanding in the center of central sun, and bring that energy with you now down through the ethers, into the crown of your head, into your heart center, expanding out around your heart, joining with your heart light, and awaken and open. And now from the center of your heart space, bring your awareness down through the base of your spine, all the way down into the center of the earth, making contact with the heart of Mother Earth, the heart of Mother Gaia, Gaia Sophia Christ, and entering in this heart energy, feeling her nurturing, supportive energy, the divine feminine, and allow yourself to receive and expand here, this crystalline core center, the earth. And now bring that energy with you up through the layers of the earth, up through the roots, carrying liquid crystal plasma, creative energy, up into the base of your spine, up through the bottoms of your feet into your body, coming up into your heart center, spreading all around and out now, joining with the light from above and the light within you, creating a holy trinity of light. And this trinity of light is the birth of the divine child of inspiration. In this space of purity, this is 0 point purity and clarity. This is the point, the center of the heart center, the connection of all points, where you are cleared from all of your past, where you are invited to allow the cleansing of the past from this life and from all lifetimes, allowing the residues that have been holding you back or holding you down, allowing the thought forms that have been suppressing your highest potential to simply dissipate in clarity. And as we do this, see the sphere of light in the center of your heart center expand in a burst of light energy as it clears and reverberates through your field, through this lifetime, through all other aspects of yourself and all other lifetimes, allowing this burst of light to be the cleansing, the truth, the amplification of energy, the clearing of all that has gone before in order to make a clear path for truth and light and activation, activating the galactic portal of light. I am clear. I am purity. I am light. I am divine love. I am divine truth. I am the purity of the newborn child, born anew in this day out of time. As I open to create that which I am here to create through this lifetime, through this body temple, cleansing away now like a beautiful fresh rain, all that is unneeded, just allowing all of those old thought forms, mindsets, and old manifestations to be cleared for a greater sense of awareness, consciousness, openness, purity, and light. And then just breathe that through your heart center, allowing that clearing to reverberate across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I, the individual that each of us is, am clear and free. We as a collective, the human collective, are free and clear of old constructs that we may create in this new, higher, pure energy. Take a deep breath, feeling the freshness, just letting that move through your body, your energetic body, your physical body, cleansing your emotional body, allowing it to sink in deeply throughout your physical. Very good. And now, in this new energy, this energy of new creation, of new year, a new galactic year, what is it that you choose to create, to step into your purpose, to step into your reason for coming here, to step in at a higher level of being, a higher level of experiencing, a higher level of consciousness and awareness and connectedness. And now just take this moment to set your intention going forward. What is it that you choose for your future, your personal future? And then expanding into your higher levels of self. What do you choose to create for the future of humanity, the human collective, the human experience? As we join together and create a greater experience for humanity. And then expanding out. What is your intention for the planetary experience as our planet Earth, Mother Gaia Sophia, is ascending into her Christhood? And then expanding out to galactic connection, the galactic collective. What is your intention for your galactic expression during this next phase? And as you're opening to the consciousness of your galactic truth, know that your family, your star families, there are many, your star families, your galactic heritage is surrounding you in so much love, surrounding you with so much joy, and beaming upon you the gifts of your future self, granting you access to your galactic heritage in whatever way is perfect for you at this time. So in this moment, open to receive messages. They may come in sound, in vision, in light, in feeling, or in knowing of downloads. Open yourself now to receive from your galactic brothers and sisters and families of light that which will anchor in your highest intention and path as we move forward. This eternal now moment. Open your heart even more to connect now with your angelic family, those beloved angelics that have been with you from the beginning of your time to this present moment, as well as those that are ever present even before physical incarnation, the beloved angelics who support us through this journey and who are always giving of their light, their love, their energy, and their support when we are open and allowing, open to receiving. And so in this moment, open yourself to receive from your angelic guides. Again, in whatever way is perfect for you to receive in this moment. I see the heart of humanity awakening anew with a new purity, a compassion for all, compassion for all of our brothers and sisters. Desire to create a world that works for everyone who's here with love and generosity, with compassion and support, where we get to create foundations of our new earth together in community, in harmony with the earth. As we restore our physical bodies, and as the earth restores her physical body, and we move up together in ascension to a higher state of awareness and consciousness. And now, as we have a tangible feeling experience this energy, move into the grid work of the earth and see this light energy spreading around the grid work of the planet, holding this frequency of ascension and consciousness and expansion, of purity and light and compassion for all, spreading throughout the grid work so that all who are ready to receive it may tune in and receive that frequency and add to it, creating a connected, unified consciousness of wholeness, of wellness, of freedom, of peace. Take a deep breath into your heart center here. So we begin to come back toward the body. Find yourself inside a large sphere of light. Again, imagining that this Alki One sphere is around you in supported by the angels, the angelics, the galactics, the ascended masters, all of those energies and frequencies who wish to be a part of this. And now is a time where your physical body can receive these energies of restoration, so that whatever it is that your physical body needs to align to its highest wellness, its highest version of expression of your physical temple, receive the frequencies, the energies that uplift the physical body here in this moment. Opening, you may open your hands, open your heart, open your physicality to allow these frequencies to sink in all the way to the level of depth of your DNA, rewiring, activating, anchoring new light frequencies, repairing, and amplifying the intention of divine. I am divine, expressing through physical. And just feel whatever there is to feel, knowing that these healing energies are present, sustaining, activating, and renewing, re-energizing, and harmonizing the physical body as well as the energy bodies. Letting your emotions balance out these energies, bringing your feeling experience up to feeling well, feeling joy, feeling bliss. And whatever feeling good means to you. This is a time of celebration. Celebration of the coming together of humanity with the earth, with the beloved divine, the thinning of the veils as we open to greater aspects of ourselves. We allow the divine to shine through us, through our eyes, our hearts, through our actions, our words, and our expressions. Let yourself feel the celebration of being alive at this time, this moment, this very special time of ascension for our planet. The universe is celebrating you. The galactics are celebrating you. The earth is celebrating you. Life itself is celebrating you. Thank you for being here. Feel the gratitude for your being here now. Feel the love that is present for you now. And allow it in so that you operate from that space through your life. Very good. And now, as you bring your awareness back toward your heart center, feeling grateful for this experience, and sending gratitude to all those beautiful beings who are holding space for this expansion, for all of us to experience it. Thank you to each one who is present here now, and to our beautiful Mother Earth, to all of the life. Thank you to the galactics, the angelics, the masters, the central sun, and the divine heart for holding us sacred through this experience. Take a deep breath in, putting your hands over your heart, and bring that gratitude to yourself. Thanking yourself for being here. Thanking your body for its service to you as your divinity, expressing through it. Thank you for all that you are, all that you do, and thank you for being you in your own unique way. Take a deep breath there. Now, bringing your energy back toward your body, and bringing your awareness into your toes, into the feet and ankles, up the legs, bringing your awareness up through the thighs, the hips, starting to move around a little bit here. Bringing that awareness up the spine, into the chest. Let's take a pause here at the heart center, just really anchoring in the beautiful heart energy that we're in your personal heart, and anchoring your connection to everyone else here doing this meditation in this moment, and everyone who will be doing it in the future. We are all connected in this heart energy. And bringing that up now into the shoulders, moving your shoulders through the arms and the hands, moving your fingers into the neck, the head, to the crown, feeling yourself present and anchored in your physical body. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, coming back, full of life. And as you're coming back, I invite you to take a drink of water. It's great to have a little water after that experience. I'm going to go ahead and let some people in the room. And As you're coming back, please take your time, no rush at all. Just let yourself really receive. That was some deep work. That was some beautiful energy. I could feel all of you, and I could feel just this incredible human connection that was so beautiful. And I thank you all for doing that with me and for your presence. And so as you're coming back and as you're getting back embodied, I don't want to rush you to speak. We will very soon open up for Q&A and share back. But first, I want to share my screen and share with you the those slides that I talked about earlier. Let's see here if I can find that. Okay, so let me get to the top here. Okay, if you can see that, just let me know. Just say yes. I'm going to look at the chat so I make sure that everyone can see. Can you see my screen? Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so this is, well, now we're going to do science. We're going to look at some science as you're coming back. Live blood cell analysis. I just want to show you these slides because they are so impactful. This is the first, we have 3 or 4 different patients here. So this is the first one that was photographed before on the left. And you can see that these are the blood cells on the left before the photon, before the Alki One energy, and this is after on the right. And what's going on here? This is, I believe it's called, oh, I don't remember how you say this word, reloche, where the cells kind of clump together into, it almost looks like intestines because they've all stuck together. And after, and this is, I'll just tell you, this is a woman who is 70 years old. She had digestive problems, poor circulation, and severe insomnia. Her cells were stacked together, representing loss of mineral charge and dehydration. 20 minutes of exposure to the Alki One photon energy. And that was a 4.7 inch that was that she was holding for 20 minutes. Now, after, the cells are well formed and separated, indicating that the cells have been energized and recharged by the Alki One. Isn't that amazing? Look at the difference in 20 minutes. That's powerful. All right, case study 2. Here are the before and after, what's going on here. It's a 42-year-old woman who is perimenopausal, exposed to high levels of EMF radiation. So before, she has eosinophils and present in allergies and parasitic infections, ovulocytes. That's the, so number 1 is this. The second one is these, the cells are oval. Indicative of hormonal imbalances, uric acid and phospholipid forms with glucose imbalances. And then after 20 minutes, she has decreased, I'm sure I'm messing this up, eosinophils. The cells are now round and normal circular shape, significant decrease in the uric acid and decreased number of phospholipid forms. So look at this, amazing, right? Look at that difference in 20 minutes. Number 3, look at that. This is beautiful. This, this third one, it's so clear. The before is kind of shady and the after is so bright. So the patient is a very active male with mild hypertension and lack of sleep. Before, very high levels of uric acid. It's a waste product produced in the blood caused by foods high in purines, digestive issues, and diet from pathogens. High levels of high levels can cause kidney problems, joint pain, and gout. So that's what all of this stuff is here. Look how that cleared up. It's almost completely gone. There are a couple little spots after 20 minutes. And then the final one, before, look at the difference here, big difference before and after. This is a patient with a history of anemia, autoimmune issues, Epstein-Barr positive, and chronic fatigue. And I'm not going to get into all of this, but look at the difference. I mean, things really cleared up after 20 minutes. And that just, that's just 20 minutes of exposure. Imagine how full-time exposure. I'm around mine. I sleep with them 8 hours a night. Well, one, not all of them. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that because sometimes it's really nice to have a visual of what, what's going on, like real evidence that something's happening to our blood. And a lot of people have been having strokes and heart attacks, and that's from blood clotting. And so just knowing that Alki One helps your blood not clump up is very, it's very reassuring. Okay, now I am going to go to gallery. A lot of you have your screens on already, and I'm going to open up. If you want to just use the hand raise function because I can't see everybody, you can do that. I will also be checking the chat for just for questions, but you can do questions, you can do share back. The reactions tab, for me, it's on the bottom of my screen. It's got a little happy face. If you click that, you can use that to raise your hand if you want to speak or want to be called on. You can also just put it in the chat. So if anyone has, this is a point where you can ask me anything, you can share something you experienced, you can, any kind of feedback really that you want to give or share. You don't have to be shy, but I'm going to start with the chat and just see if I can, hold on, what is going on? My mouse just stopped.
I am still gonna buy the wallet size and the like the marble and the two ones, like medium size. It's on my list, but once I get them, my boys and my condo will love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's, when you have them in your space, it affects everyone and everything in your space, including your animals and your plants. So it's not just for ourselves. I love having them, just around the house for my cats, my son, my daughter when she's here, my friends. And I always have open meditation for my friends that come over and want to use them for meditation and energy amplification. So my mouse has died and now it's hard for me to see the chat, but I think I've got a workaround here. Timing.
I can read things off.
That would be great. Thank you, Olivia.
Absolutely. Well, I'd like to welcome, we'd like to welcome, I should say, Bhupinder. I think Bhupinder, hopefully I'm not mispronouncing your name, from India. She's joining for the first time. Yeah. So this is her first experience with the Alki One technology. And let me see, a lot of people are saying thank you for this beautiful process. That's from Manisha. Thank you so much, Waxela. What a wonderful awakening. Someone mentioned how beautiful the frequencies were. And I have to say, I'd like to add to that for myself as well in this experience. I felt a lightness midway through the meditation where I felt an opening in my crown chakra. And I have the Alki One technology, but it's not with me present here. So I just completely tuned into it. It's in a different room somewhere. And I completely tuned into it and realized, oh, well, it's nice to have the technology, absolutely. Tapping into it, also just setting the intentions to tap into it will also get you there. So that was a beautiful experience for me.
Beautiful. Yeah, I did just put the link. Someone asked, how do you purchase these? I put the link in the chat. So you can see that there are also a lot of people were asking, we were out of the pendants. This is the pendant for a long time. They were being remade because the way that they're made, there is a platinum top, that little loop at the top, the bail. People were having trouble. It would come off sometimes in water. And so a new, really, really super high industrial grade glue is being used. The pendant, and Stepan says they do not want to be drilled into. We don't want to drill into the pendant. So that's been an obstacle because to really make it secure. So now we have the pendants back in stock with the new adhesive, and they do a centrifugal test, and it's working really well. So if anyone wants one of those, I have 8 in stock right now. And I also didn't tell you about the specials. So there are a couple specials going on just to the end of this month, and a couple that I'm only announcing here. I'm not putting on the website. So since we have the pendants back in stock, the pendants are designed to work with the larger spheres, the 3.9, the 4.7, and the master sphere, which is the largest one, the 5.9. And so when you get the pendant, you connect them. Otherwise, I think of it like microdosing. You could get the pendant, but they're really designed to be connected to a larger sphere. So I have a couple specials going on to the end of the month, which is when you buy one of the smaller sizes and the pendant together, you get $100 off the pendant. When you buy one of the larger 2 sizes, the 4.7 or 5.9, you get $200 off the pendant. And that is on the purchase page. I have that linked there. Another special I'm doing just for this call is maybe you already have a pendant or you don't want a pendant. If you're only buying the 4.7 or the 5.9, I'm going to give you $200 off either one of those sizes just for being on this call. But I'm not going to put that. You have to reach out to me. So you can email me, which just respond to the email that got you here and let me know you want one. And then I will create a special invoice for you if you want to do that, because I'm not going to make a coupon code for that because it's only for you guys. It's not for the public. So, okay.
Did you happen to mention how much the pendant is?
The pendant is $288.
I want the pendant, so I'll email you and just say Alki One pendant.
Yep, you can do that.
Okay, and I had $200 off for how much? That's
if you buy a pendant and a large sphere together, you get the discount.
Okay.
The pendant alone doesn't have a discount, but I didn't raise the price with the new, and I'm doing free shipping until the end of the month as well on all of that for the continental United States and all of Europe except Sweden.
How much is the pendant?
It's $288.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll email you today.
Okay, great. Thank you, Candace. Okay, anyone else? You can, if you want to put your hand up, or let's see, I can scroll through. I can't really see everybody at once. Now I've figured out my keypad so I can look. I know there's a lot of comments coming through.
There are quite a few.
I'm just going to read a couple I see. I didn't need proof. I felt a huge up-leveling in my energy, light body, hands, feet, crown, upper brain. Oh, I love that. It's so specific. High heart, all the time, maximum. That was to L, from L's. Beautiful. I love that, how specific that is. Valerie, nice to see you here. It says, yes, my puppies sleep with the little ones. Yeah, animals love them. When I first got mine, my cats would sometimes sleep on the 4.7, and they'll oftentimes sleep under. I keep my master on a little table. Sometimes they'll sleep under that table. They like to be around it. Andrea says, I felt like I was cleansing my soul for many lifetimes. Ooh, I love that. Beautiful. I felt that too. I felt that cleansing moment where it just expanded out and out and out. And it felt so expansive. I don't even know what the word is. It just felt clear and pure. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Okay. Kind of scrolling backwards through. Thank you, everyone present. Grateful to be here. Love and light and peace and well-being from Maria. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else have questions? It's unusual that I have this big of a group and I mean, don't be shy. Feel free if you want to ask anything or even share anything from your experience. Did anybody have any kind of unique experience in that meditation where you just felt something shift for yourself or felt something expand or let go of something from the past? I know someone just mentioned that. I'm sure that there was a lot of work going on that I wasn't even aware of. Okay, here's a good question too. I got directly. What is the spear made of? Also, if you go, I'm going to paste in the page. I'll tell you here, but if you go to that page, there's a lot of information there, and I've done a lot of videos about ALKYWAN, what it is, what it's about. The material of it is 15 different minerals that are, some of them rare, some of them not. There's also silica, and it is embedded in the highest quality glass and made in Czech Republic. So just for those of you who don't know, like if you're new and you haven't heard about ALKYWAN before, a little bit of background is that the founder of ALKYWAN, Stepan Oridnik, is from Czech Republic, and he received this recipe from the seventh dimension, from the angelic realm. It's also Arcturian technology, and he took several years to get it perfected. And what I know about Stepan is he does everything in a very masterful way. He perfects something before he launches it out to the world. So it took several years for him to perfect it and then allow it to be released to us. And so it hasn't even been available that long, a couple of years now it's been publicly available. But everyone that it's created, they're made in Czech Republic in a factory that is handmade. It's not a, not a factory with hundreds and thousands of workers. It's one by one master at a time. He has said to me, every person that touches them is a master. And it's not this massive production. It's very special, very technical, very unique technology that is handled. Every part of it in the processing is handled in a certain way with intention and respect. And so I really love the way that that he shares about that and how important the manufacturing process is to source this beautiful technology. It would have to be that way. And of course, everything is done very consciously and with intention. And hopefully that answers the question. I don't have the exact recipe. We don't give that out. But also, if you go to that link that I shared, that will have a lot more information there as well. There's also a practice book there. So if you have your own spear, or even if you just want to use it or in practice with it, you can go through and do various meditations. There's also a playlist of meditations on that page where you can listen to previous meditations that I've done with people with the ALKYWAN. Everyone has some similarities, but is actually quite different. They're all a little bit unique. Okay, I see questions coming through here kind of fast now. Hold on.
I just want to say thank you, Waxela. I'm getting ready to jump off.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you so much. Big hand to you. And I appreciate you being here so much. I know you have to leave at the hour, but I'm going to stay on for anyone that wants me to. But thank you, Olivia, for your service to all of us. I appreciate you so much. You're so sweet.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Heard a cat. Okay, so Diana says, I actually felt like a young child, and then it was safe to weep, and I felt collapsed in unconditional love, grateful, but very teary, easy to set intentions, and powerful. Wow. Wow. Love that. It's incredible. I love that you felt it so much. All right. I know I saw a question. What's the difference between the pendant to the different size spheres? Between the pendant, I think it means and the different size spheres. So I showed you the pendant. It's just 1 inch. It's, if you got the pendant alone, it's really just like you're a tiny little microdose of the energy. But if you get the pendant and then connect it, like with the 4.7 or the master sphere, or even we have a smaller one than this that's called the flow, the 3.9 inch, it's like you're bringing that energy with you everywhere you go. I wear my pendant all the time and I carry that energy with me. So it feels like it's around me, it's protecting me. It's also called the heart protector, and it protects your heart center as you wear it, if you wear it over your heart. And you can partner it. So you connect it with your intention to your larger sphere. And then when you travel, you don't have to take your larger sphere with you. Although I still do take my 4.7 almost every time I travel because I don't like to be without it. Sorry if I'm missing things. It's a little hard for me to scroll because I have a wireless mouse and it lost its battery just at the end of this meditation. So I'm scrolling with my mouse pad, but there are a lot of things and it goes fast. So I'm not seeing everything. It just can't quite get it to scroll properly. And I think I saw another question, but I'm not sure. All right, Lachelle says, thank you. I felt the power and went out. I saw a spray of light and felt other light presence. Ooh, love that. Yeah. And a lot of times that does happen where when the energy is really big, people will just kind of lose consciousness, not entirely, but lose awareness and just expand. And that's beautiful. It's like a day at a time. That's the perfect thing to do, is just expand. So gorgeous. You can always come back and listen and rewatch if you want to revisit the meditation, if you feel like you maybe didn't hear the words and you want to. Okay, here's one I hadn't read. It says, thanks, great meditation. I bought the 3.7. I think it's 3.9 probably, because we have a 4.7 and a 3.9. I bought the ball and pendant last fall when I was really sick with long COVID and tick infections, and it immediately moved me into a better place, and my healing proceeded quickly. I'm so grateful to have these. Wow, that's wonderful. I know we've had people talk about their experiences with overcoming a lot of different things, but particularly, and I'm assuming with tick infection, you might mean Lyme. I've had people with Lyme have a lot of improvements, share that they've had a lot of improvements, and it's known to help with parasites as well. We had a woman on one of the calls talk about how after she got a sphere, she had itchy skin her entire life and eczema, and after she got hers, these parasites left her skin, and she said for the first time since she could remember, she didn't itch anymore, and it was just amazing to feel that. So sometimes the experience is very spiritual, sometimes very physical. And what we're sure of is that it's doing things that we're unaware of a lot of the time. They're the things that we notice and we're aware of, and then they're the things that it's doing that we're not even aware. So somebody asked, can you have the effects with just the pendant, or do you need more? The pendant really is, I think I mentioned that, designed to go with the larger ones. It's like a micro dose of the energy with just the pendant. Some people do buy just the pendant. I just let them know, it's kind of like, then it's your job to connect quantumly to a larger sphere. And if you feel confident, you can do that. I won't tell you you can't. So you know, you can kind of tune in and decide what's right for you personally. All right, here's one. It's so funny. I can't quite get my mouse to move. All right. I have a touch screen too, and it's not. Maybe if I take away my, yeah, there we go. Okay, hello, I'm Stephen in Sedona. Hi, Stephen. Enjoying this beautiful gathering. Thank you for your guidance. I enjoyed constructing an etheric sphere of ALKYWAN around myself for that part of the meditation, connecting and my amplifying, supporting my ascension development. Exactly. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. All right. You're such a quiet group. You're chatty in the chat, but quiet out loud. Feel free if you have something you want to share or say out loud, you can raise your hand and I'll let you speak. Jatenko says, while we projected to the grand central sun, it was such a high frequency, I didn't want to come back. Keep that with you. Just keep projecting. That's beautiful. I get that too. Dennis, you're brave. Go ahead.
Hey, Waxela. Good to see you again.
You too.
Yes, very interesting. Well, great meditation. Oh my gosh. From the beginning, the middle, the end, the whole, it just was a great feeling. You're a great guide. Thank you so much. I noticed that I was accepting love, and then I saw I was filtering some of the love I would accept. And in this meditation, I let the love come through all the way instead of me filtering it. Why I'm filtering it, that's a whole nother track. But the big thing is I'm now aware that I was filtering how much love to receive.
Wow. That's beautiful. So it sounds like and we don't know what we don't know, right? So when you became aware that you had been sort of like blocking or not allowing this love in, but you didn't know until you let it in.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Wow. Well, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that there's always more, how much can we let ourselves have? It reminds me of an experience I had on my lanai the other day that I'm still paying for because my phone ended up in the pool because of it. I was out there watering my plants, working with my plants, and this wasp landed, interestingly, right on my chest on the left side, right over my heart, essentially. And it was a black wasp with yellow legs. And someone somewhere has told me in my past, I don't even know when or where, that that's a dangerous kind of wasp that you do not want to get stung by. And I'm normally not even afraid of things like this. So I took my phone and I tried to flick it off of me, and it didn't come off. And I think it like buzzed around and got agitated a little bit, but it was still there. And I don't know, I freaked out. And next thing I know, my phone is flying into the pool and I'm diving in after it. And I got the phone, and then the wasp was in the water in the pool, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, the phone and the wasp. And then I like got the phone out, and I got my pool, cleaner thing, and got the wasp out and took it outside of the lanai, and then went back in. And now I'm still trying, my phone has some problems after that, but it just made me like laugh that was all a reaction to nothing real. I mean, it was an idea that I might get stung because somebody told me somewhere along the line that kind of wasp is dangerous. And I made it, like this big to-do out of it. And I looked at that as, I was thinking about it as I went to bed last night. That's what we do as humans, where there's a perceived threat. It's not even, that it didn't really want to sting me. Like, obviously, if it wanted to sting me, it would have. It was just sitting there, right? And the fact that it was sitting on my heart, it was probably a messenger, right? Had something to share. And my reaction was so out of proportion with its being there that I damaged my phone and it like nearly killed it. And just crazy things that I did, but it was all reacting to a mental construct that I might be in danger, when truth was I probably wasn't, in any danger. And I'm not allergic to stings. So even if it had stung me, wouldn't have been the end of the world. But, that it really exemplified to me, or it had me look at, where am I doing that in my life? Where am I having overly large reactions to perceived threats that aren't real? Right. And I think we can also do that with love. Like, where am I? Like, this could have had it did have a beautiful message for me, because I got the message after all anyway, right? But if I hadn't had that crazy reaction, what might have been the interaction then? Maybe it would have been something, a guide that was telling me something really beautiful, but it told me something that I needed to know about myself. So I did get it. It was just a dramatic way that it came through. Anyway, when you talk to animals, they all have something to say. That's for sure. So does everything. All right. Someone's trying to get in the room. And if anyone, it's funny, my mouse isn't working. If anyone else wants to share or say anything about your experience, please feel free. I do see there's some new messages. I'm going to see if I can see them. Not sure where I left off here. At one point, I felt like lifting up, becoming kind of weightless, and enormous shifts in upper part of my head. I'm an Arcturian starseed. Wonderful. Is that a reason for feeling that strong? Could be. A lot of people that have Arcturian connections feel the Alki One technology really powerfully. That's a common thing. And if you're drawn to it, then that might be part of your star heritage. What is a sphere? What is it used for? I think that might have already been answered. The sphere, when I say sphere with Alki One, I'm talking about the Alki One technology. It's just round, so I call it a sphere. Can the pendant be connected, paired with the mini? And when you say mini, I'm guessing you mean the teeny tiny one that's a marble size. It can, but it's really designed to be connected with the bigger ones for the best effect. The mini is actually kind of the similar thing to the pendant. A lot of times people don't want to wear it. So the mini one is really designed to be connected with a larger one as well. So again, it's kind of like the microdose. The larger sizes, the 3.9 and up, are best to connect with for the mini and the pendant. All right, Linda says, any suggestions to more fully, and I'll get to you next, Elaine, to more fully embody and integrate all that has come through within us, to keep it near and dear on an energetic and physical way. Yeah. So for starters, go back in whenever, this doesn't have to take a long time, but whenever you think to do it, or if you're in a meditation, put yourself back in that space and move into your heart center and call that energy back up, and remind yourself and remind your body and remind your energy of what you felt and what you've done, and let yourself continue to expand. We went on a journey here today together, and you can continue that journey when you're lying down in bed at night, or if you wake up in the middle of the night. You can remember that feeling, what your body felt like, what the experience was like, and continue to expand into it and allow it to open up and continue to work with you. There are frequencies, everything that you experienced in the meditation has a frequency and is a frequency. So put yourself back, putting yourself in the feeling state helps you recall that frequency. And if you sit quietly, you can feel it. A lot of times you'll be able to tangibly feel that frequency, sort of like a buzzing or an energy in your body. So continue to work with it and let it work with you and see what happens. Also journaling. A lot of times I mentioned sun gazing in the morning, or even just getting out in the morning sun and in the sunset sun, letting that information field of the sun come into your skin, you know, as close to sunrise and as close to sunset as possible. Don't go look at the midday sun, or don't even ever look at the sun if it hurts your eyes. I'm not telling you to do that, but there is no radiation coming off of the sun, or we don't receive that for 15 minutes after sunrise and 15 minutes before sunset. So it's a great time to do sun gazing if you never have, or even just be out in it. But the sun is a field of information. It is, we can think of it a lot of different ways, but if you think of it as this portal of light, light is information that is carrying divine information, frequencies and energy and downloads for us to receive. We are just like plants. We receive those in our skin, in our eyes, in our hair. So let yourself just receive, and amazing things can open up that way too. Those are just a couple of ways you can continue working with the energy. Okay, Elaine, go ahead.
Yes, this is Eliane Viner. I have a question. I house sit sometimes. Is it honest to take the sphere with me to the house when I know the people are not really open to that woo-woo stuff? It's like I've been imposing in a way.
You know, it might depend on how you share it.
Well, they're not there when I house sit.
Oh, they're not there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just working on clearing someone's house when they're not there?
Yes, yes.
I mean, I think you can clear someone's house if you want to, but yeah, I think you would check in with yourself on that. I mean, if my thought is always, if you are doing something that's not imposing on somebody else's free will with the intention of serving them at a higher level or being of service, that's not an infringement on them. Now, if they're there and you bring it and they're like, I don't want that there, and you insist on having it, that's a different story.
Different,
right?
yeah.
Obviously, it's kind of, to me, it's like if you were going to pray for someone, you don't have to call them up and say, hey, I feel like praying for you. Is that okay with you? I mean, some people might do that, but that's not always necessary. So just kind of, I would say, feel into it, feel what feels truthful and authentic and right for you. What is your intention? And, you know, how do I serve? And if it feels aligned to you, then move forward. If not, you know, then not.
Okay, thank you. It's a good answer.
Okay. Read a couple more. I know the messages keep coming. When will the exhibits begin? So that's the chamber, the photon chamber will begin soon. I'm actually waiting on a really cool acoustic bed that I can play this vibrational sound through. It's a sound bed, which comes in October, but I think I'll begin before that. If you are on my email list, if you're not, then you can get on it through my website. I have a join me page or join link. I will be announcing it when I have a schedule of where I'm going to be. They literally just came in at the end of the week, so I haven't set it up yet, but very soon, probably within a month, we'll be starting to set up somewhere. Thanks for asking that. Yeah, someone said I was told wasps are dangerous too. Lemurian starseed. Yeah, I think this attracts a lot of Lemurian starseeds. A lot of that energy in this technology, and in me, I have that too. Valerie, I have my spheres on an LED base that changes colors and projects upon my ceiling. Oh, that's fun. It's just spacey looking. They do come with a base that has The 4.7 has 4 lights, and when you light it up, it does. I don't have any of them plugged in right now, but it does come with the plug-in. And when you light it up, Stepan says that one of the things that happens when you have the base lit is that it attracts the lower density beings, or, you know, if you want to call them entities or parasitic energies, any kind of lower thought forms, things like that, into the base. That light attracts them into the base, and then the ALKYWAN energy helps them move to the next place they need to go, move out of your space, but move to their next experience, so that they're no longer bothering people. So if you have a haunted house, or you feel like you have you know, an attachment, a lot of people have had success with bringing ALKYWAN into their space, and it can definitely assist in freeing you from those experiences. Okay. I think we're getting there. We're about to the end of the journey. I know I haven't checked in with Facebook, and I don't know if there are comments there, but I think just to keep it easier on me, I'm going to stay with this room. I love this one. I'm from Alpha Centauri and resonate to this technology we use in our universe. Yeah, it's very galactic. Very galactic. And I think the people that are attracted to it feel that you don't have to feel connected to your galactic heritage to feel a connection to this energy. But if you are feeling connected to the energy, there's a good chance that you also are connected to your galactic heritage, whether you're aware of it or not. And you don't have to be aware of it. Actually, if you're following me, you probably know already, because we talk about it a lot. Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance. If anyone wants to put your hand up, say anything. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and end. I have enjoyed this, and we'll definitely do it again more frequently. I know it's been months since I did one. I had a lot going on, and I took some time off this summer just to be, which is, you know, really a nice thing to do sometimes. So enjoy the rest of your day out of time. It was really lovely to share this energy with you, and set your intention. I know we just did that, but you know, tomorrow is the Mayan calendar New Year. So enjoy your new year tomorrow, and may you step into it with renewed energy and vitality and wellness and an open heart, with compassion. And I wish you so much love and joy on your journey. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being with me today. I love you. I cherish you. And namaste, y'all. And see you soon.